Okay. Motel 6 in Raton in New Mexico. We've had the laziest day storm chasing ever conceivable because we saw this was going to happen. So we got here early and we've had 2 hours by the pool. Now, as you can see over there, all that lovely and we actually have a severe warn storm. Well, I don't even think it's severe warn yet, but the others are going severe warn, so it won't be long. Heading towards us with 3/4 inch hail. So we're going to let it pass over. Hopefully the car there is going to be in relative safety. If it isn't, we can put the camper mat over the windscreen, and Chris is just at the moment updating our position on spotter network just to say we're here, and once it detaches from the mountains we can then slide in behind it down on the interstate and get a look at it out over open ground. Well, I think we struck it lucky. For a while it looked like it was moving towards us, but now it would appear that the bulk of the hail is actually over in that direction because it's stepped down along the mountains, not necessarily stepping right in the same manner as a supercell out on the plains, but it is actually pushing over that way. The thing we have to be careful of now is the wind, because obviously we're now in the part of the wraparound, so it could focus the inflow right up from that line that you see over the top of the mountain. It's all coming this way. As you can see, the trees are bending towards the mountain because the warm air is flowing right off the desert, going right up the mountains, feeding into that over there. So as it moves off from right to left as you look at it, then it will quite possibly focus some nasty wind. What we also got to watch is that over in that direction we've got some smaller ones popping up, like a little cluster. There's no dominance really yet, but this one is by far and away the most superior core, so we're expecting this one to keep following the upper shear and drift off in a southeasterly direction towards Cami, who's currently on the one that we can still see, which is just beyond all the signs over there. Let's hope the camera can resolve it. Yep, just about. So you can see the edge of the back edge of that anvil, not exposing very well, so there you go. There you are, that one's at about 31,000 feet with a 10,000 foot base, which is atypical for dry desert air beneath a large anvil top. Ours similar proportion, but obviously you have to remember that it's over the top of the mountains, so realistically base doesn't mean a great deal just yet. It's currently 7 o'clock and all we're doing now is waiting for it to slowly trundle its way off the mountains, just to see if it's worth heading down the interstate to go and have a look at it. But realistically I did tell the lads that this isn't a serious chase. There's nobody out in that direction, there's no towns. I mean, we drove down there at the start of the holiday to get down for the eclipse, and there's barely any people in that direction, so from a spotting point of view there's not a great deal of point in running after it into the darkness, and anything that develops behind it is only going to obscure the light. So for the time being we're happy to just let a few of them pass over, organise themselves, maybe have a trip out to get a look at the back edge of them as they go off into the desert, and then once that's done get ourselves something to eat, and look at a more serious risk tomorrow. But while we're here, we might as well enjoy the lightning, which we do like. Just zoom in over there. Yeah, there's the hail. There's the hail. I see you. This is the view we wanted. We are on the upper balcony of the motel near some lovely metal railings, and we can see where the forward propagation of the anvil is, right over there. So that's what it's already blown off. And as we zoom out, you can see there's the core, there it is, and you can actually tell because you can see the base of the cloud, and then behind that you can see the precip, and then the darker stuff over there, which is the rain. The rain. Oh, got that.
Got that.
Oh, lots of lovely little moments that have to last me 2 years until 2014. Do you mean for video or do you mean for pictures?
Pictures, but it's not going to pick up anything.
It's too light. It's too light.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, by all means, go and get your camera to do a little bit of video, because you're going to get some nice CGs coming out of that base, hitting the hills. I'm tempted to go and get the gorilla pod so I can just sit this on here, but I'm also thinking that realistically, once I've got one or two, I've got one or two. And there you go, there's some more. So I've got them now, and I don't need to have 10 minutes of video to chew through. But Alistair here has got it all for his tapes. I'm just going to zoom in on that precip core, because that's lovely. Look at the veils on that. Look at that. And the beautiful thing about it is, at the moment we're kind of looking west, and if this thing sits still, then the sun's going to set behind it, and it's just going to look awesome. Awesome. Oh wow. What's up? You're going to go quiet? Where's it going to go quiet? No, not quite. Not quite done yet. So I think it's actually blown off a load of precip over there. Unless that's something else that's popped up as well, but is now struggling to compete with this one. We're definitely out of the windy bit. Is that all you've got? I love the way this camera has a tendency to defocus on manual focus just because of the exposure change. It is so going back on eBay when I get home. For a small profit, obviously. Oh, did you get that one? That was a beauty. What flag? Oh, over there. You'd be lucky. I mean, you'll zoom in on it, but you'd be lucky if anything hits it. I was on about this. The town flag. The passion that Americans have for putting flags on hills. And the town name. Yeah. Like they still. Yeah, that's not famous, is it? That's just as good as Hollywood. But it's not famous. Sorry.
Thank you.
You've got to love that. Just the echo and the echo and the echo and the echo of the mountains. It's fantastic. I've changed my mind about living in Kansas.
You found your new home?
Yeah, I'm going to live in Raton.
Raton, New Mexico.
Raton, New Mexico. Raton, I have adopted you. I want to look at the radar signature because that thing looks like it's weakening. Because I can see through the rain. Tell you what else I haven't seen. Those nice effects that you're supposed to get. Weird effects that you get in thunderstorms where you get clicking noises and stuff like that when the lightning goes off. He says leaning on a metal railing. Metal railing. Christopher, staying well away from metal railing. Leaving tripod alone. Oh, look at that. Are you videoing?
Yeah.
I won't disturb you. I'll come over here. Have you got that, Al?
Yeah.
This is nature taking a bow to the storm chasers and saying thanks lads, it's been a pleasure. And as the sun sets and the lightning crackles through the elevated ice, it'll initiate the mountain winds and cool us all off on what's been quite a pleasant day, away from the deep Gulf moisture of the plains. Run away. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 but he's used to driving on wet roads. He's heading up that way. The storm has split either side of us, and now you've got that left hand side spinning off over there. You can see just beyond the Motel 6 sign. Look how cheap it is. The hail and rain coming down. Bits of lightning. Another one, not so noisy. We had a report from south on the interstate of hail covering the road to 1 inch thick. People sliding around. Cammie's down that way, but she's not on the interstate. She's pulled over to one side watching it.